Hello everyone and welcome back to Kong's Dev Lab. Today we are going to be diving into JavaScript, one of the most popular programming languages in the world. By the end of this video, you will know what JavaScript is, where to run JavaScript, and how to write your very first line of JavaScript code. So let's get started. What really is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language that makes websites interactive. It is also known as the language of the web because logically it is the only language that directly runs in your browser. Now, to make you really understand, when you're trying to build a website, you usually have three main components which you see visually. You have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So HTML is usually just like the skeleton, the bare bone of the website. Take for example the text, the text and the objects which you see. For example, here you see I have this oval shape and the text HTML. This is pure HTML, nothing else. Then when you add styling, this is done using CSS. So CSS is used to add styling to this HTML component to make it look good, nice, have colors and all the like. Then JavaScript comes in with functionality. So now you will see that I have this button here with HTML and CSS, and now JavaScript gives the functionality. How is that done? If I click on this button, you see it spins, and if I click on it again, it spins. So that is JavaScript. JavaScript gives this button the functionality for it to spin when it is being clicked on. Let me show you another example. Here we have an empty HTML button and you see it is just black and white. Then using CSS, I now provide color to this button, and then using JavaScript I will provide functionality. So if I click this button, you will then see that I have something which pops up saying hello world, and if I click the same button, it goes back. So basically this is how JavaScript works. So now, how can you write JavaScript code? There are many ways. You can either use any online editor, or you can write it directly in your browser using the console, or you can use an offline editor such as VS Code. First, I'm going to show you online options which you can use to write JavaScript. Here we have the first option. This is an online website known as jsfiddle.net. You can see this is the link right here, jsfiddle.net. So here you can see it has a place for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So let me show you in action what I meant earlier. So now, let's say for example we have an HTML button right here. So I'm going to put an HTML button right here. This is a button which says hello, and now if I run this code, now I have an HTML button here. This is an HTML button. So when I run the code, you will see here that I have hello, which is an HTML button. Now this is a button, HTML button. Look at how it shows with no styling at all. Now let's try to add some styling to this button. So to add some styling to this button, I will add some CSS, and if I run the code, you see I have made the background to be red, giving it a border radius and also some padding, and the color of the text to be white. So now you can see that we now have HTML, which is the skeleton, we have CSS, which is a styling, but now if I click this button, you see that we have no functionality at all. So now to give it some functionality, we can then add some JavaScript. And now if I put this JavaScript which selects the element by its ID and then adds a click event listener. So if we click this button now, it is going to show hey, button clicked. So let us run the code, and now let's try it. So if I click on hello, you see it says here hey, button clicked. If I click again on hello, hey, button clicked. So you can see, so now the website has a functionality. So that is JavaScript. So HTML, think of it like the skeleton of the website. CSS is the styling which gives the website its color. And JavaScript is the functionality which makes the website to actually work. Now, the second website I want to show you is JSBean. So this is it, jsbean.com. So here you have an HTML file. You can also click to add a CSS file. You can also click to add a JavaScript file. You can click on any one to deactivate, and maybe if you want to write only JavaScript, then JavaScript is here. So now you can write any JavaScript code of your choice. Let's just try console.log. Let's say hello JS. Then you have to open the console here to see the output. So once you open the console, you run, and then you see it says hello JS. So you can still write another console.log. I love JS. We love JS. Aha. There's an error there, but we just leave it like that. Okay, so here say we love JS. All right, so this is jsbean.com, which you can also use. Also, another site which you can use is this website, which is playcode.io. So here you can still do the same thing, console.log hello world. You can also use another console.log and say hello JS world, and you see it shows here. So this website just refreshes as you type and gives you the output. So you see it says hello JS world. So those are online websites. Now, in case you want to use JavaScript in offline in your computer, then you can use an editor like VS Code. So to use VS Code, to run JavaScript, first you need to have Node.js installed. Node.js is simply a runtime for JavaScript. It's a runtime environment for JavaScript which can help JavaScript run outside of the web. So you can go to nodejs.com. So when you click on the link on nodejs.org, then you can see here get Node.js. Then select the version here and the platform which you're on, and then you click on Windows Installer MSI. When you click on that, then you can then start downloading the Node.js. So after downloading Node.js, you now need to have VS Code. So if you type on Google VS Code, you can click the first link, download VS Code, and then from there you see VS Code for various operating systems. So you can choose Windows, and if you click here it will download. If you want step by step how to download and install VS Code and Node.js, I'll leave the link to those videos in the description below. You can follow them to be able to download these. So let's keep the introduction to JavaScript straightforward. And now once you download the VS Code, you can now open the VS Code. Once you open your VS Code, to run JavaScript, you need to open a folder first. So you need to open a file, and this file might be in a folder. So first I'll click here, open folder, and then from my desktop I will try to select the folder, but I don't have any folder to use now. So you can just directly create a new folder and say JS practice, and then I will select the folder. So I select JS practice, select folder, and now the folder is open in VS Code. So now that I have the folder open in VS Code, choose yes, I trust the author. The folder is open in VS Code. I can now use this new file here to create a new file, index.js. So in this new file now I can write my JavaScript code, console.log hello world. And after writing the hello world, you need to save using Ctrl S. Then to run the JavaScript code, you simply need to click here on this menu bar here. Then you click on terminal, new terminal. So once you open, your new terminal is open, then there you can now write the command to run this file. To write it, since you have Node.js installed, you use node, then the name of your file, which is index.js, and hit enter, and then there you see it prints hello world. So let's say if we want to console.log, let's say another one, hello from Kongs Dev Lab, hello from Kongs Dev Lab, hit save. Then here we need to write node index.js and hit enter, and there you see we have hello from Kongs Dev Lab. So that is it, guys. That is how you can write JavaScript. You can use VS Code to write JavaScript offline, and this has been the introduction to the language JavaScript. So basically, JavaScript is the language of the web. It is the language which gives interactivity to your website. So using JavaScript, you give functionality to a website. Like when you visit any website, you click a button, an action occurs. That is the work of JavaScript. That is how important JavaScript is. So any website you visit has JavaScript, which takes care of the website functionality. In the next upcoming videos, we are going to talk more about JavaScript. We are going to look at things like variables. We are going to look at JavaScript naming rules, functions, arithmetic operators, conditionals, and every good stuff about JavaScript. So be sure to subscribe not to miss out on the next videos where we dive straight into how the JavaScript programming language works. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.